I came to know that these are the things that are available in the industry. I can learn from these things. Like that, I got interest in studying that. Once I completed that, I want to practice 2, 3, 4 times like that. If I didn't practice that, I am not able to understand it. Even though I have some doubts in lab, again I used to see the video of that, and then I get a idea of that.
Okay. So basically, when you joined, because you're new to the domain, it was pretty confusing for you. But
Yes, yes,
one first step is you listen to the class, then you practice on the lab, then
yes, yes,
multiple times you practiced on the labs, and then you again
yes,
re-listen to the class. That's when you are
yes,
comfortable with the subject in your learning curve, step by step.
yes,
That's
yes,
what?
yes,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yes. I am not going to next class also until I get clear the previous one doubts.
Okay. So I'm glad that
Yes,
you are you happy that you got all those facilities and then there is no rush from our side and slowly
yes,
you're
yes,
so how many
yes. I am
days
happy.
since you have joined?
I have joined in the month of December, but I have attended the classes like 24 classes.
Okay. So I think Jan 1 month within a month's time you are able to complete your target. And how many
Yes,
hours? Because as per our this thing 30 days is what we tell the gestation period is for CCNA. And
okay.
despite of repetitive class, despite of extensive labs, you are able to stick to the schedule and complete the course in 30 days, right?
And alternate days.
Ha, correct.
Yes, yes.
So the day you come, how many hours are you dedicating?
In the morning, I used to come at 9:30, and I used to leave the lab by 1.
One.
Yes,
So almost 3.5 hours you
yes,
are
yes,
spending. Okay.
yes,
So that's a good, very good progress. So I'm glad that you are on par with what we also planned for. It's a motivation
okay,
for us also that we are doing a proper
okay,
gestation period of
yeah,
calculating how much time it is required for a person to learn the
yes, yes,
subject.
yes,
And
yes,
coming from the fact that you are novice to this domain and then you didn't have
yes,
any you're a fresher and didn't have prior
yes,
experience, that's very
yes,
good. Yeah. So these are the
yes.
progress points. Where are your shortfalls?
Short forms means I didn't
Where
understand.
you are failing and where do you think that you can improve yourself?
I have to, I am failing in IP address classes.
Mm-hmm.
I am 75% only. I am okay with that IP address and subnetting.
Okay. Is it because you're a little worried about the calculations of numbers and all those things?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes,
See, that's what, most of the students we go through this because all of you are like born techies, you are born with mobiles, born with TV, born with
yes,
computers. So,
yes,
learning about a device like router or a switch and configuring is not a big challenge for most of your generation because you are used to it, familiarity. Okay.
yes, yes, yes,
When it comes to like IP addressing, if you look at it, it's not even math at all. It's basic numbers. Either you multiply two or
addition
you
and
you
subtraction,
you
multiply.
you add two, right? That's all
Yes,
you are
yes,
doing. Like multiply two
yes,
into two or two
yes.
plus two,
Simple
right?
maths.
Right.
Yes,
So, what I would suggest is it's not about great numbers involved there. It's more about practice there for you to build the confidence. Okay. So,
yes,
what I would suggest is do these type of questions like, okay, I have to set up a network for a certain company which has got 5 departments, and each department should have like 100 hosts, 200 hosts, or 5,000 hosts. Keep thinking on those lines. Okay, and start taking an IP address. Of course, what it matters is x dot y dot z dot a, followed by how many bits are given for network ID, how many bits are given for host ID. You can play around those numbers. Okay, and because you are in the first class itself, you know, like what is the range of class A, class B, class C. System doesn't really understand about ABCs. System understands 0 to 255 only, but it is for our convenience that we have done this one. So take a class A, that means ranging from 1 to 126 number. Like that, class A, class B, class C, and vary your subnet mask, and then do the backward integration. That way, every day you design a small network by generating IP addresses and all. See, in the exam, you will need it. And when you get into the job, and if you're in a space where you design networks, and if the client is asking you to generate that kind of information, obviously you need to have the logic to do that. Okay, to build that, this is important. And since you're just cross switching is the area where it requires more understanding and a little bit of how to understand VLANs, and what is the difference of having a departments, and each department should have like 100 hosts, 200 hosts, or 5,000 hosts. Keep thinking on those lines. Okay, and start taking an IP address. Of course, what it matters is x dot y dot z dot a, followed by how many bits are given for network ID, how many bits are given for host ID. You can play around those numbers. Okay, and because you are in the first class itself, you know, like what is the range of class A, class B, class C. System doesn't really understand about ABCs. System understands 0 to 255 only, but it is for our convenience that we have done this one. So take a class A, that means ranging from 1 to 126 number. Like that, class A, class B, class C, and vary your subnet mask, and then do the backward integration. That way, every day you design a small network by generating IP addresses and all. See, in the exam, you will need it. And when you get into the job, and if you're in a space where you design networks, and if the client is asking you to generate that kind of information, obviously you need to have the logic to do that. Okay, to build that, this is important. And since you're just cross switching is the area where it requires more understanding and a little bit of how to understand VLANs, and what is the difference of having a different IP address, which should be communicated between two IP addresses schemes, which are separated by a LAN and all. That requires an understanding about IP addressing. So now for the next 3-4 days, just keep practicing on how to design a network only on the perspective of addressing scheme, not on the perspective of which devices you are using, how many routers you are using, how many switches you are using, what kind of protocol that you are going to implement, or what kind of technology that you are like. Is it like telnetting is required, or VPN is required, NAT is required? We don't need to think about all those things. Just think about IP addressing scheme. Then the first class, like the main thing, the fundamentals needs to be through in the interview. Okay, so make sure that you practice this, and this is the way you can practice. Just finish that one, because The first assessment, what you have done, you have done pretty well. The submitting assessment, you got good score.
Yes, yes,
So it's
yes.
not like you don't know it. It's more about you're not confident about it. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So
You're right, madam.
confidence is built with playing around, multiple times.
Yes.
Okay. It's
I'll start
just,
doing as you
yeah, you
said.
just have to manipulate your head that, okay, this is not tough, this I can do because I have done it many times.
Yes.
Okay, just do it many times. As soon as you get up in the morning, before even you go and start your getting ready stuff, first thing you do is take a paper and a pen. Just 5-10 minutes you spend on that one, then you get on to your routine.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, it's okay
Okay.
initially
Sure,
your
I'll
time
do.
schedule, your bus misses or your schedule misses, doesn't matter. Just do this one.
Okay,
See,
ma'am.
it's all about practice. Okay, it's all about
Okay, madam. Okay.
doing it every day. That makes all the
Okay.
difference. Okay, just work on that one.
Okay.
Other than
Oh,
that,
okay, madam.
anything else? Lab manual, when you are looking at it and typing the commands and all, you remember what is happening in the
Yes,
class.
yes, yes,
You
yes,
don't. I
yes.
have observed you doing the lab, so I don't think you have any confusion on that part.
Okay, okay.
Good progress. Just, after switching class, so when you enter into the institute lab, on the right side there is a topology
Yes,
diagram. Okay,
yes.
every day see it, try to understand it, and always think which technology that I have learned in these 27 topics is applicable at what stage in that diagram.
Okay,
Okay, just think about
okay,
it because your final test will be on that. Once you're done
okay,
with that, you're through with your CCNA.
okay, okay,
Okay,
okay.
yeah. Anything else you want to talk?
Oh, nothing.
Labs are good, classes are good.
Yes, ma'am. Everything is
So
fine.
you're experiencing both Mohan sir classes and lab assistants who are explaining it to your subject,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
enough. Okay,
Okay.
right. Yeah.